Hi, welcome to Lucy Talks, a safe space to talk. And today I have Joji. He is a DJ. Hi, Joji. How are
Hi,
you?
Lucy. Good, and you?
I'm great. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I mean, it's fucking hot outside, but it's still all right. I managed to pull through.
Are you sweating?
No,
Okay, good.
surprisingly, thank God. That's why I asked about Alonso. I was like, I hope there's an AC in here. I don't want to be all sweaty and all drenched, smarts and shit. But yeah, I'm fine. Thank you, and thank you for having me too. Like I said, this is a first time for me, so it should be fun.
Awesome.
I
Yes.
I hope my answers are good enough.
Okay. How did you first get into DJing?
Well, it wasn't necessarily DJing. It was just more, just getting to music in general. So we were always the, how do you say, it? Like the house. We were always the house with the party. So I always just grew up with just music in general, and it wasn't just any music. It was completely different. Like any ordinary Mexican family would listen to like banda and stuff like that. But my mom's side, they were really more into like disco, like Marvin Gaye, African Bambaataa, all that different shit. And I really took advantage of that because I would see my friends, family, not listening to shit like that. And my mom would bump that shit every morning. It wasn't Spanish music in the morning. It was like Debbie Deb or stuff like that. And well, my pops too. My pops didn't like banda music or nothing. He's from Guatemala, so his thing was like cumbias and all that. So it wasn't necessarily DJing. It was just music in general. I knew I wanted to do something with it. So yeah, like music, DJing, producing, whatever the case was, I wanted to do. So I knew it at a young age, and I would tell my brother all the time, I wanted to do something with music, even in high school, whether I didn't have the money for it or not. I knew I was gonna do that. So yeah, I just followed what I loved to do, and that's pretty
At what
much.
age did you start doing it?
I wanted to do it in high school, but we struggled. Oh, we struggled a lot. So I never really had money to pay for my own shit. But I had a friend named Brandon, and he helped me a lot because he had the equipment at that time in high school, and he was the one doing the high school parties. So I would always just look up to him because he had the shit for it. So pretty much, it wasn't until I got my own job after high school where I started paying for my own equipment. And well, now no one can tell me shit because I'm buying it myself. I don't have to hear my mom or they're complaining about I ain't buying that shit. So yeah, just pretty much right after high school. So how old are we at that time? What are we, 17? I don't know, how old are we? How old are we in
18.
high school at the end of it? Fuck yeah, I guess 17 then.
Yeah.
I guess you could say 17. But yeah, so pretty much that's when it kind of started. When I just started buying my own equipment. And like I said, thankfully it still worked out this long. So yeah, it's pretty much when I started. I would
How
say
long have
17.
you been doing DJing for?
For a while since right when I had my own money for my equipment, I started right away. And I have a friend named Anthony Silva that when I got my equipment, it wasn't exactly what you would picture. I would roll up to a party with the fucking desktop. It wasn't a laptop; it was a big ass desktop and two cheap ass speakers from Curaçao, and, and a little controller. And he gave me the first chance to do a party. So for him to give me that chance, I was very thankful for that. And I'm sure his cheap ass didn't want to pay money anyways. But he gave me that chance, and I was doing it for free at points because I didn't really care about any of that. I
Well,
just
that's
love
good
doing it.
experience for you.
Yeah, oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said, I could care less about the money. And I know there's DJs here that are gonna hear this that are gonna get mad, but I don't really care about that as much as I need it. I always got a pretty good high of seeing people dance off my mom's music, you know. And I enjoy that shit. I know obviously people charge a leg and an arm for shit like to DJ, but for me it's just more like I just enjoy it. I just enjoy seeing people dance. It's a high I like, and I like getting high, but it's a high I like that you can't, you can't pay money for. It's just that's what I like to do. So I would do it for free at points, and then people started paying me, where I was just like, well, I'll take it, whatever you guys want to give me.
Well, now
But
you know your worth and you put a price on it. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
good,
yeah, it's
right?
still true, and even then, I still won't charge like a crazy amount. Like I have friends where I hear how much they charge, and it's like, dude, that's crazy. But that's your thing, so that's true. But with me, like I said, I just like that feeling that high feeling of seeing people dance, off music that I get to play that I would hear when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the best feeling in the world for me, at least.
Yeah.
You know, well, obviously my son being born too, but that don't matter. But
Do
yeah,
you remember the first time you played for a crowd and what was that experience like?
it was great from what I remember. It
Yeah.
was. I'm sure I was fucked up, but it was great. And that relaxes my nerves when I DJ. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, it was good. Like I said, I had a blast. My brother, I think, might have been there. I had my friend Alex there, my friend Daniel, and like I said, it was just a normal,
Did
random
you get
house
excited
party.
because you had a crowd?
Yeah, I was really excited. I was more nervous that I fucking brought a desktop to a party. And it was just like I even brought the keyboard with it at one point, and it's like
So what do you do with the keyboard?
it would help me like cue it. So like at that time, I didn't really know too much. I taught pretty much everything myself, besides my cousin-in-law Jamal and my homie Brandon. They helped me out a lot, learning different buttons on the controller or like the computer. But at that point, I just knew how to do it my way. So I would bring my keyboard and all that shit. And people would ask me too. They would be like, "Did you really bring the desktop?" And I would tell them, "Oh, my laptop's
The
fucked
ghetto.
up." They would
818.
they would and I would tell them like, "Oh, my laptop fucked up." But little do they know, I had no laptop at that time. I had a 3-in-1 HP computer. So it's true though. At least I didn't have
Like,
to bring
if
the
you
tower.
pay me, I may have a fucking
Yeah,
laptop.
so it was true. Like I said, I worked with what I had, and it fucking worked beautifully. I just made it didn't matter what equipment I had. I was gonna get that shit cracking regardless.
So would you say the music influences were the ones that your mom would listen to?
Well, it's everybody.
It's
Yeah,
everybody?
everybody. My mom, my brother, Maynard, my sister, my other brother Donald. Like
And was it all a little bit different from your mom?
Oh yeah, completely
Okay.
different, because they were all like 5 years separated, maybe even 7. How many years are we married? 7. So like, and how old are you from Donald and Shanine? Oh, okay, so we're all like pretty separated. So like, obviously I learned my mom and them was like Debbie Deb, like disco. My sister was more into like grudge, like Nirvana, and she taught me like the psychobilly way, like Tiger Army and all that shit. My brother Donald was really into like Missy Elliott, Timberland, that hip hop '90s style that was coming out. And then my brother Maynard had a little bit of both. He had everything. He had rock and hip hop with them. So I took that all to advantage, and I took everything and put it inside me. The only thing that I kind of taught myself was like, I really like classical music.
You
And
do?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure you're probably like, bullshit, you like classical music. But yeah, I was like, because I always like
like
movie.
Mozart and
Yeah,
like,
Mozart, just the way movie scenes would work out, like in a movie that I would fall in love with. Sorry about that. But yeah, I fell in love with classical myself, because they would put me in band every year, and I never saw it until now. But I would always be like, why the fuck did they keep putting me in band in school every year? Even in high school, they would throw me in band, and I played football. So I was like, I'm not gonna do this shit. Like, I'm here to play football. But little did I know, it was maybe the universe telling me, like, to fucking do it. And
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it till pretty much later. I started finding out shit, and I would put one and one together, and well, yeah, here I am now.
what goes into crafting the perfect set for your audience?
It just depends, to be honest. I try to flow with what type of crowd is there, like
So you
um
go with the vibe.
yeah, with the vibe, whatever's there. Obviously I have a friend Alberto, he don't give a fuck.
Oh,
There
Alberto.
could be fucking grannies there, and he would want me to play Sexy Red or some shit like that. But like, with me is I try to go with who I see there, and if I see people like my mom with them, obviously I will play disco or like Debbie Deb. If I see a younger crowd, well, I'm gonna play ghetto shit. I just try to go with the flow. It just depends what it is. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of what I have to do. You can't just play one certain genre and then expect people to like what you're doing when that crowd that don't like that shit is there. But yeah, I don't know. It's not really it's just that's what you kind of gotta do as a DJ, or maybe I'm the only one. I don't know, to be honest.
And how do you stay creatively inspired for music?
Like, my brother could be hearing a song, and because I obviously produce music, I produced before I started DJing. So, it'd be the littlest thing that inspire me. It could be a movie. Interstellar is my favorite movie, and and I paid 6 times to go watch that shit at the movie theater. So I fell in love with it. Like I said, it was classical music, the way it went, and that inspired the shit out of me. Naruto, it's just the littlest things that inspired me. It's not really a certain thing. I could hear something going back home right now on the radio, and I'll probably Shazam it, and I'll figure out what to do with it later.
Have you ever had a DJ fail or awkward moment on stage?
Oh yeah, plenty. Oh, not plenty of times, but I do
Hey,
think.
you're not trying to fuck this up.
Yeah,
You're trying to get some people.
Nah.
Plenty of times, right? No.
No, it's just more of me overthinking. Like it happened to me once, where all my music just erased when I was already at the party, and my brother heard me fucking bitching. Like I was already banging on shit, and he would tell me like, "You just gotta chill the fuck out, dude, and see what you did." And yeah, sure enough, I listened to what he said, and it was a big miss up where I just added a bunch of songs to one file, so I couldn't have them. But those times when that happened, well, now when I go DJ the next time, now I'm like, fuck, I hope that shit don't happen again. Or like, I'll have a wire that'll be loose because I've had a wire for a while, and that speaker will be off. I'm like, shit. So at one point, I had to tell my brother to hold the wire. Like, it was the whole fucking party. I told him, you gotta keep your hand right there. You gotta hold that shit for me. That one speaker's not loud enough. But yeah. Besides that, I mean, that's the only thing I could see. Like, what'll fuck up or. But yeah, I've had fuck ups before.
What's the strangest or most unexpected request you've ever gotten mid-set? La Chona. Just kidding.
No, that was pretty. That one's pretty. I don't think I've ever had one that was ridiculously crazy where I'm like, you're an idiot. I'm not playing that shit.
You'll play whatever.
But yeah, I don't think I've ever had one like that, to be honest. Not I think. I mean, usually my brother's the one that gets music. I'll put his ass next to me, and I'll tell him, hey, whoever comes, just deal with it. Whatever song they tell you, just tell me, and I'll see if I have it. So he's the one that hears all that, the request, and I'm sure he heard some crazy shit before. But I'm sure he was drunk too. So, but yeah. Besides that, I don't think I've ever witnessed anything ridiculously crazy. To be honest with you, yeah, because if I did, I think they would have stuck with me. Where I've been like, this guy's fucking crazy.
How has DJing impacted your life outside of music, relationships, routines, and health? Like, let's say you had a health problem that day or whatever, and you had to maybe cancel, or relationship with your parents or whatever, like there's a birthday and you have to like figure out how to manage both of them, or
well, thankfully I don't think nothing crazy like that has happened. Sometimes I can be an idiot and but twice in the same day, but anything like that, like where something would happen, thankfully, thank God that nothing's happened like that yet. Every party I had to do, it went pretty successful from what I know. Besides when I double booked shit, then that's when I'm like, shit. Like, that was my bad. I'm sorry. I fucked up. But besides that, I don't think I've ever had like a situation like that happen, to be honest. Unless my brother can remember, but I don't. Have you ever had a bad situation like that before? Nah, huh? That you can remember? Yeah, not really, to be honest. I think everything's been all right besides us double booking. That's happened on accident. A couple more than once, actually. Yeah.
This guy, he's saying all his fails. Like, don't you want people to hire you?
No, I want them to know who I am. It's okay, it happens. And if I'm the only one that is like doing that, then fuck. Then I fucked up. Can you edit that? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
What has been one of your most awkward moments when DJing?
And we've been at parties where there's multiple fights. We've seen a fucking girl's hair get thrown.
And what do you do as a DJ?
Well, just look at them and I don't know if I should still play music. I think we'll still play music. I'm just still gonna play until they tell me to stop. So sometimes the music will go with the fight where it's like, poor lady. Like, we've seen those multiple times, like fights breaking out see fights break out. Or like I said, when people request fucking songs like crazy, like they'll go to my brother about 8 times in a fucking row, and she'll look at him cross-eyed, all drunk as fuck. But yeah,
Do
or
you play country music?
no, I don't mean disrespectful, but no, I was gonna say hell no, no, that's not me. I don't, like I said at a bar once, complete fucking random. Someone was like, "Can you play this country song?" And there's already people dancing, and I was like, "You're stupid as fuck." I'm not gonna play this fucking country song, but yeah, no, country music, it's cool, but it's not for me. I don't. That's the only genre besides like Johnny Cash and Elvis, if you even consider them country, that's the only genre I'm like, I'll stay away from. That's just not me. That's not me. But yeah, awkward moments, like I said, fights break out.
Has it been more than once when fights break out?
Oh yeah, well, not it's not frequent, but it does happen more than once, or it has happened more
And
than
it's
once.
usually like family members?
Whoever that party I deal with, like once we saw a girl she was getting tossed by her hair, like. We seen a bunch of crazy shit, and it's just funny because they ain't got nothing to do with us. So we're just standing on the side, like, should we patch or should we stay, leave? I don't know. It just ranges. But yeah, we seen a lot of crazy shit at parties. Oh yeah, yeah. One day we were fucked up. We were playing music, and fucking ambulance truck pulled up like it was nothing. Pulled up, and the guy was like, "Just play the music still." I was like, "What the fuck?" And they went to I guess it was a back house that had to get somebody that was like, I don't know, having a seizure or something. And yeah, I was still playing music while they rolled that fool out to the. These fucking kids don't care. But yeah, that shit was crazy. And I think someone had a firefighter suit. It was a Halloween party. He was standing there like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's probably by far the craziest one, was the firefighter. I was just like, what the fuck, dude? I think I should stop playing music. Nah, just keep it going. It's all right. I was like, well, fuck, I guess. I guess. I don't mind. But yeah, that's probably the craziest. Not really awkwardness, just probably the craziest, I would have to say.
Music can be a form of therapy. Do you find that spinning tracks help you process your emotions?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Just dealing with music in general, whether I'm producing or just DJing. It's like I said, I told you before, I get a high off that, which is like, it's a high you can't pay for. And I enjoy it. So it's like, obviously, every time I get booked to DJ, it's like, all right, well, I know I'm going to relieve my stress that day. So, I do different shit to relieve my stress, but for sure, whether it's producing or DJing, it just, it just takes a lot off me, especially with a bunch of shit going around right now. It just helps me out. Like
So it's like a zen moment for
yeah,
you
yeah,
when
yeah,
you're
yeah,
DJing.
most definitely producing, DJing, and then obviously when I do DJ, I drink, so it comes all in one where it just relieves a lot of stress. And I'm not an alcoholic. I don't want people thinking that. Before it was like, oh, this fucking DJ is alcoholic. No, but it does relieve a lot of stress. So, yeah, like I said, just most definitely, it's a high that you can't pay for, and I enjoy it every time I DJ. It don't matter if it's a 2 people party, if it's a big ass party, is don't matter what it is. I just enjoy the high off it. But your wedding was the only exception, because usually I don't do weddings at all. I
Oh,
don't.
really? Why
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that?
I don't know. I just never really, because how everything's planned. And like I don't know if I messed up a couple of times at your way, which I didn't. I hope I didn't. But like how everything's pre-planned, like I'm not really good at shit like that. So I usually don't do weddings or like quinces, 'cause it's a way bigger stage than that. I could do a club or a bar. But when it's planned shit, that's when I panic. I'm like, fuck, I don't think I'm ready to
Do you do clubs or bars?
I've done bars before. I want to get into a club, couple clubs, but I hit them up. But they always just tell me like, send them what is it, like a mix, and I do. So we'll just wait and see. But that's my main priority right now. Is I would like to do a club. I've done a couple bars. Thankfully, one of my well, I kind of met him, but one of the DJs at Sugar Sweet, DJ Cheats, He yeah. He thankfully gave me my first shot at a bar, which he didn't have to at all. And that's the fucked up part. Usually, that when you want to do a bar or a club, the people that run it is the DJ. So he's not gonna give you a Friday or Saturday. You know, that's his. Those are his spots. So he'll give you a Thursday, maybe a Tuesday when no one's there. But it kind of sucks too, because if you do good, you swear he's gonna give you his spot to take. So that DJ at Sugar Sweet Cheats, he thankfully gave me that shot to go do it at his bar. And even to this day, he'll still give me a Friday or Saturday, which I'm really grateful for. Like he
That's
didn't have
awesome.
to, and you know, because that those are his spots.
Hmm.
So you know, I'm thankful that he gives me that chance, and I think he's gonna let me do Fourth of July weekend too. So yeah, I'm blessed for that. You know, I thank him for that. I'm sure I even thank him when I'm fucked up there. I'm probably heard him once or twice, probably.
What would you tell your younger self on becoming a DJ?
Don't double book dates. Let me see. I don't know, to be honest. I actually never even thought of that.
So what's next for you? Any upcoming collaborations?
Well, I am working like because I've always been into house music, so I'm making. I want to make an album with house music. I got like all my equipment ready. Me and my brother still got a couple of songs that we have written, and we recorded some, but one of my computers fucked up, so we had to go and redo all that shit. But as of now, it's still just a couple songs. You know, I have my homie Carlin. We still have an album that I've been really holding on to, but it's because like you know I panic at times with the whole like what's the word, like when people take your music or they take your beats. What's that word?
Oh, so you make beats too?
Yeah, I'm a producer before I DJ.
Oh,
So
okay.
I DJ for fun. Like that for me is a hobby where, like I said, that's why I won't charge or shit like that. But I built my own studio at my pad. I bought a shed at Home Depot and I soundproofed it and I did the whole wall, the walling, and I ran wires through. So my whole studio is in my house. But DJing is like a hobby for me. Like I do it because I love it. And that's why usually I could care less about money. It's like I just enjoy that high, you know? But yeah, no, I'm a producer at first. So you know, we I did an album with my friend Carlin, and you know, I still have it in my back pocket. I released some songs, but I still have it in my back pocket because it's like I get scared of, you know, me being a bitch. I get scared of like someone that could just take your beat right away because you're not. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, like copywriting stuff. You know,
Hmm.
that's my biggest fear is copywriting shit. Where I seen situations happen where like you know people do a song and then someone just goes and takes it and that's it. It's a wrap. You don't have
So what do you
copyright.
do to protect yourself?
To be honest, my brother's been helping me out a lot with copywriting shit. But obviously it just all involves money, you know, to copyright stuff. So besides that, my brother's just been teaching me the whole way of copywriting right now, as of now, you know. So I'll feel more safer once all that happens. Then I'll release a lot more music. 'Cause we have a lot waiting. It's just that's my biggest fear, you know. Like I get scared of shit like that, which I shouldn't. I should just still release a lot. But I get scared of shit like that. That will upset my stomach. I'm like, dude, I don't want to do it because I get nervous. You know, like someone should just take this shit quick. Like they hear a beat that they like, and that's it. You know, it'll be just as quick like that, gone. As fast as it's released, it'll be just as quick as someone to take it. So yeah, that's my biggest fear. You know, as of that. But besides that, yeah, I mean, that's the only thing we could kind of can do is just hold on to it as of now and release it as soon as we can. But that's the only way I can secure being safe at this point. Like, you know, it's kind of hard, but I guess we'll see what happens. You know, I guess we'll find out more later. Obviously, if I did do an album or something, I would let you know so you could bring me back. You bring my ass back here.
And do you have like a page or a website where you have some of your?
Yeah, we did the resistant page. My brother helped me out with that a lot. Uh, I have a lot of little music clips, videos clips that we did on my page. But yeah, my brother's right. He did the whole resistant page because that's kind of what our not our group, but it's kind of like a label that I made and I wanted to keep was the resistance. So he helped me out. He made a page and I think he posted a couple of little things here and there. Most of them are on my page, but we got to start posting a lot more shit on that. Which I guess it would be, it's the Resistant, right? Just simply that at the Resistant. Yeah, it'll be simply that. So we just gotta release more shit on that page. But yeah, that's where you could usually find my music or our music. You know, a lot whatever music we do. You know, SoundCloud. We have a SoundCloud which you know my usually or most of the songs that I do with my homie Carlin are on there. So yeah, that's pretty much with that.
And
But
so when you put it out in the SoundCloud or wherever you put it, do you let other people know on social
yeah, yeah,
media?
yeah. When I first threw the songs out, I let a lot. It could track you to my Instagram or my SoundCloud. So yeah, I obviously let people know, and it's all there. Like the first 6 songs me and my friend barely did, it's all right there, and you could hear it. It sounds very like if someone did it in a basement. You know, very original, not where it sounds so perfect. You know, like a sound engineer. You know, I learned all that shit myself. Well, with the help of my cousin-in-law Jamal. I learned a lot of shit recording on my own with him. And, you know, we fucking stood FaceTiming each other for like 5 hours that day when I was building the booth, and you know, so everything I did kind of learned myself. So I did try to go to school, and when I heard how much they were charging, I was like, "Fuck this! I'll learn this myself." 50 grand? No, I'm okay. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So I had my cousin-in-law help me out. Obviously my brother would be there. He helped me out on whatever he could. Um, Obviously we fucking suck at tech shit, but but once I got the hold of how to record and shit like that, well, it was a wrap. We just took over, and it started in COVID, so you know we had that whole time to ourselves, being locked up in that garage. And I would have people that would try to come and rent my booth or like rent my garage out, or like my beats out. But to me, it's more like that's my shit. Like, you know, I'm not gonna rent it out to like, you know, random ass people, because it's just for me and whoever comes in here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the beats. People try to buy my beats or whatever, but it's like I'd rather not sell it. It's mine. So either you want to work with me, or you know we could do it together. But I'm not gonna just sell it and then that's it. It's done. I'd rather just hold it, and then whoever wants to come work with me on that beat, then it's both of us working on it. It won't just be yours. It's both of us on it. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing so far right now, as of now.
That's great.
Yeah, it's
And
cool.
so if someone wants to reach out to you to have you as their DJ, where can they find you?
They can find me on Instagram, just at Joji. On Instagram, I mean, that's pretty much all I have. I mean, I have a Twitter and shit, but I don't really go on that.
So just
I don't
send
think
you
no
a
one else does.
message
Yeah,
on
message me or
Instagram.
message you, or someone knows somebody that has to know me. I'm sure. I'm sure. Fucking world Valley's small, so everyone knows somebody.
Yeah.
But besides that, like, you know, on Instagram, either you know catch me at Sugar Sweet Bar or whatever bar I posted up. Or like I said, you, my brother Maynard, whoever, it don't really matter, you know. But obviously you, you're the bridge at this point. So, but yeah, on Instagram and shit, that's all I got pretty much. I don't really have a Facebook or nothing.
Oh, okay.
Instagram and you, I'll say.
Well, Instagram should be
Good
good enough
enough. Yeah, I would
because
think
I think a
so.
lot of people have
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
And, I mean, I guess TikTok too, but I don't think really people are gonna message me about DJing on TikTok. So yeah, Instagram's fine. You or whoever, you know, just find someone that knows me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible too. I like to answer shit quick, but that's why I double book shit. Or I'll be like, shit, I think I did it twice already. But yeah, you or Instagram, whatever's better for you, I guess.
Great.
Yeah,
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and what it's like to be a DJ.
yeah.
And I'm super excited to keep in contact with you and probably hire you again for
Yeah.
another event.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, thank you for having me. It was fun.
Yeah.
Sorry I showed up late. I know.
Uh,
I was gonna show up with something to drink, like alcohol, but we'll say that for next time. Next time I'll do that. I was a little nervous this time, so next time I'll be a little more comfortable than right now.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you, Lucy. I appreciate it too
Of
for having me.
course. I'm glad to have you.
Yeah, it was fun. Thank you.
Okay. Toodaloo.
Bye, Lucy.